our top 4 established. They're all going to be coming to IPL Face Off San Francisco Showdown. Not Disco in the Frisco, as some people like to say.
Dude, that is a significantly better name.
That is a lie.
I'll be the first person
That
to
is
say.
an outright lie, sir.
Yeah.
Do not encourage that man.
Yeah, it's a wonderful name. But back to the game.
Back to the game.
Shen Karthus gone. Vlad Jana gone.
Yeah. So it's been a lot of studying.
Who was
but
playing AP Jana earlier?
Who was playing? Yeah, those let's see, who that was on that was Legion.
Was that Legion?
That was actually, well, they both. Well, everyone kind of took a turn. Like Fornot did it a little bit as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
everyone had a turn with that. You know what? No, I'm not finishing that sentence. That could be a very misconstrued phrase. AP Janet has showed up frequently today. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm not going to finish that last sentence I thought I was going to think, because that could have been very very dirty. But Alistar going to be the first pick for Curse. Not bad.
Yeah.
Liege, now I like this strategy.
They're trolling.
Well, here's the thing though, because Nijaki Vigar is definitely a big threat.
Yeah, but I mean, the question is it worth picking up just for the sake of preventing them from having it? I don't know if that's true. Yeah,
it could work out, and there's really only one way to try, because
if you can't beat them, join them.
If you can't beat them, join them. But the thing is though, there's going to be a lot of you saw a lot of Cassidy play coming in from Legion. Now that really seems to be one of their go-to AP mids, and if Vigar manages to get that stun onto Cassidy, that could be
devastating.
That could be absolutely devastating.
Yeah.
But I was still thinking, oh, there it goes. So the Amumu is locked. They're trolling us. Soraka Amumu.
Maybe it's one of those moments where they want Nijaki to think that they should take Vagar, like, oh, they're considering taking it. Maybe I should take it.
I do that a lot in solo queue. Just I thought about taking this guy. I already selected him, but I didn't actually hit lock in. Then I switch, and what does the other team immediately take? The guy I was thinking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you get it in their subconscious.
A little bit.
So Morgana coming out. Nijaki plays a pretty good Morgana.
Not too bad.
Pretty good.
It's
he zones well. He farms well, so he's going to do well with Morgana.
And if this Tristana pick is true, that's going to be a brutal bottom lane. Alistar Tristana is just one of the biggest pains in the ass to deal with.
Yeah. Elements tends to be kind of an aggressive support player for the most part. I mean, he's kind of towards the middle in aggression, but I mean, he leans a little bit towards the aggressive side, and Alistar, of course, is going to give you that aggressive play in bot lane. And you can just jump on him with Tristana. So what an excellent combination to have. I think it's going to be really powerhouse, really aggressive bottom lane.
Tristana Morgana being locked in.
Tristana Morgana.
For Curse.
Fun to say.
It does rhyme. Tristana
really
Morgana. Yeah. But now this could be. Yep.
Please,
there we go.
yes.
Talon mid. Very common counter to Morgana. You just pick Talon, you just rake, and you wreck.
Rake and wreck.
Rake and wreck 'em.
Rake and wreck 'em. No, that's really good. I think he's going to do really well. I don't think I've seen Legion play Talon a whole lot, but it doesn't mean it's not going to work out.
Yeah.
And the combined abilities of Amumu to get in there, close the gap, stun it up a little bit, and it's going to help Talon even more.
Yep. But what Curse could also do is, if they recognize that, okay, Morgana's going to get hard countered mid. Morgana going top lane, not really something you ever see.
No.
But it is possible. It is definitely something that can, it can happen.
It could
definitely happen.
Yeah. I mean, it's not gonna happen, but it could. It could. And then
the
of course,
possibilities. Okay, now with Yorick being picked, now it's definitely not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So Yorick gonna be in the top lane, Shyvana in the jungle,
and of course Shyvana, one of the favorite junglers of Saint Vicious. Really strong. Really knows the capabilities of Shyvana's ultimate. Really knows the limits of the champion, and farms really well with her. So just a really solid, safe pick for Saint Vicious, and I understand his choice on that. He wants to stay with what he knows. This is for seeding. We're getting close to that $1,000 prize pool.
Yes.
So he's just going to be staying with the trusty old Shyvana.
So tell me a little bit about this $4,000. Does it all go into first place?
All first place.
All first place. What did the other three get?
Nothing.
Well, except their qualifying spot.
No, the qualifying spot opportunity come out for the $40,000 prize pool.
And then nothing. And then nothing.
Yeah, the opportunity to come and hang out with me, and you, and James, and
more so
IPL.
you.
No, not me.
More so you.
Maybe me. A little bit.
But yeah, like I said before, everyone top 4, they're all coming. Is just now for seeding. First place, $1,000 bonus.
Yeah.
So, and then you said $40,000 prize pool for the actual event?
Yep.
Nice.
That's a good amount of money. You know what you could do with $40,000?
Pay off my student loans or drugs.
You're right. Okay,
because you were going to say drugs. Don't lie. Tell me you're going to say drugs.
Nope, I wasn't.
You're a liar.
You could pay off some of your back taxes. That's what I was going to say.
And then drugs.
Yep. Nope.
You see every time, like most of the jokes we ever say in the office, you always end it with "and drugs."
And drugs. And then I found $20.
And so
okay,
Aurelia. No. You got to tell the $20 thing. You have to, because
it's not my thing. It's someone else's thing. I don't want to take it away from him. Sorry.
Well, you know what? This is your opportunity to steal it.
Nope. I'm not that kind of guy. I break hearts. I don't steal them.
Fair enough.
Hat person. That's not even an expression. I'm like making up expressions now.
Well, that's what you have. Well, it's fine. It's okay. We're all friends here. Aurelia going to be the last pick there for Legion. And so this is Aurelia going to be going top lane, and Talon going to the mid. Going to be a pretty hard counter to that Morgana. It's a pretty common solo queue tactic. You know, if you have an enemy team, they're going Morgana, you pick Talon, throw them mid, does quite a bit of damage. But that's the thing. It's you're without an AP mid. So you're looking, to get them ridiculously farmed, hoping that Talon will actually just, ride you to late game.
Well, the thing about solo queue that makes it so much different from team, fighting is that, you have your team to rely on. You're really well organized. And so with that in mind, I think with the help of Shyvana, I think that Morgana's going to be okay and should be able to farm.
Yeah.
And with that really aggressive bot lane and that really, really boring top lane with York, you know how I feel about my top lanes.
I know how you feel about your top lanes.
I need my top lane to be exciting. But with that, that aggressive bottom lane, they're going to be able to push and go and help out mid lane a bit. So we'll get to see just how good Talon is against Morgana in competitive play. I'm excited to see it work out. I mean, I hope it works out.
Yeah, but not to mention, this has to be mentioned though. Amumu versus Shyvana into jungle. Amumu's not the speediest of junglers to start out.
That's true.
Very blue reliant. Shyvana, queen of the counter jungle, can get incredibly aggressive. We saw we actually saw during the last series, like Fornot was just so intent on just looking for that initial counter jungle to deny the buffs. And imagine what a Shyvana can do straight at the beginning of the game without any resistance. She can just go ahead and just clear off the rest of the jungle from Amumu if given the opportunity.
That's true. Yeah, I'm curious to see how St. Vicious is going to build Shyvana, because since we're getting to the late game and Amumu's so dang tanky in the late game, if he's going to try to play aggressive early and get maybe some damage items so that he can really counter jungle and really stick it to Amumu early game, or if he's just going to play it safe and in that tanky build, and just to prepare for the late game against Amumu and with that strong initiation. So it's going to be interesting. Amumu poses real problems late game with that ultimate and with the sheer tankiness of the champion.
Yep. Just for any prospective Talon players here, we are going to take a look at Prawley's runes and masteries. 12 flat magic resist, flat physical damage, flat armor. Masteries 21-9-0.
21-9. Okay.
Pretty solid. Pretty standard for someone with a lot of physical damage. So not too bad. Not too bad. He's looking to get looking at quite a bit of damage.
No, yeah, he's going to just do relentless pressure, I think, is what we're going to see. And with that build, pretty solid early game. And so we're going to see a lot of aggression and not let Morgana farm, because that's kind of what she does. She farms really well.
And that's it.
And pokes you, a little bit. And so, yeah, if you can stay aggressive early on, get a lead, then you can continually snowball and force her out of lane the rest of the game. So I think that's what we're going to be seeing here, is a lot of early aggression from Talon. And hopefully Amumu can help with that, with such a strong gap close with the bandage. Get in there, do some work.
Provided he isn't heavily denied in his own jungle.
Yeah,
that is the
perfect
key
world.
here.
In a perfect world, he'd come and help out a lot. So.
That is the key, making sure that you just do not get shut down in the jungle before that ever does happen. But yeah, we should be loading on up here in just a moment. So, and if you're just joining us, I'll mention it once more before we get in. Curse, Legion, MTW, NA, and Dynamic have all qualified. Now we're just going for seeding, and first place does get a nice little $1,000 bonus to go ahead and throw that in the bank. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad lunch money.
Not bad. Orbit lost to Legion, so their the reign of terror of Orbit has the short reign of terror of where they won the Leaguepedia Invitational, then they won the TSM Invitational, and they took part in this, and they lost. So their reign of terror is over. They are beatable. So good news for the rest of the community.
All right, so there you go. Purchase is being made now. You see Elements going for the boots and 2 wards. That's just he's looking. This is a cue that Curse is looking for an invade.
Yeah.
However, both teams just happen to be on completely opposite ends of the map, so that's not. Unfortunately, is not going to be happening.
Yeah, it looks like we're seeing a lane switch here. Maybe York was started to head bottom, and it didn't look like they wanted anything to do with that invade.
York could be bottom.
Yeah, so that could be interesting. Curse has been doing this lately. I mean, actually, they've been doing this a long time. But I mean, we're just seeing it more commonly with them. I think they know some of the matchups that York can do in the bottom lane, and they're just going to force that early game switch, and hopefully they can take advantage from it as people are trying to get into their appropriate lanes.
Yeah, I mean, West Rice, he's the standing guard right now. He's the guard of the red buff, and now. Could we just very well be seeing Legion just camping out bot just to try and get a quick kill? Because this is like... The last time I saw this was at IPL 4 during our pros versus fans match.
Oh, okay.
Remember that?
Yeah.
They had like all 5 pros camping out in the bush trying to snipe out Christina V.
Yeah.
That was, I mean,
really
yeah.
neat. And she didn't fall for it.
And she didn't fall for it.
Yeah,
the Blitzcrank grab missed.
Yeah.
But okay, so now Legion, they're making their transition. They're going on into the jungle. West Rice should spot them.
Yeah, he needs to be real careful here.
He's gonna know. Is he good? Yeah, there you go. He sees. Wow, just quick peek.
Sticking around.
Demon Wall, unfortunately, was just a little bit. He edged out of the bush a little bit too far out, and he got spotted. But now they know the red buff is spawned. But they saw all these minions saw Curse making their way down. So now that's Legion's cue. We should back the F off.
Yeah, that was very uneventful.
Yeah.
I'm sad.
I'm sad too.
Yeah, but yeah, just playing it safe. So when you get to this point in the tournament, when you're starting to face really competitive teams, you start to play pretty safe. That's the trend that I've seen, and people tend to do safe picks with champions that they know.
Yep.
And that's what we're seeing with Shyvana, with Yorick, unfortunately, because Yorick's such a boring character. And but anyway,
it's what I mean. I know, like a lot of people, they just don't really describe Yorick as fun.
They call him anti-fun.
Anti-fun.
Yeah,
he's the opposite of fun.
Yeah.
Straight out.
Yeah, he's not much fun to play. Well, in my opinion, he's horrible to play against.
Yeah.
But on the competitive level, he's amazing, and I'm surprised we don't see him more. He has just ridiculous sustain, and it's so strong that you can see this 1v2 in the bottom lane.
St. Vicious, he's looking for his opportunity to try and get a gank in. Ward Elements coming on in, possibly to try and intercept a Mumu. He there you go. He has been spotted, I believe, over by his raid. There you go. St. Vicious and Elements are actually getting in position, waiting for a Mumu to come on back up, but he's not falling for it.
Oh.
Freaker is not falling for this deadly trap.
All right, so they're just going to take that red.
Yeah, they're just going to...
No, they're not.
No, there you go. They are. No, they're not. Yes, they are. They got it. They're doing it. No, wait. Yeah, they're going to get it.
Okay, cool. So that's going to put Shyvana in a really good position, and Amumu, of course, in a horrible position. And just the counter jungling has begun.
Yes, it has. Yeah. Very aggressively, might I add.
Yep.
It's like pretty much straight on from the get-go. But you're going to see Elements.
Oh,
he's playing the guard. There is Pulverize.
Oh, boy.
Well, but he's not going to capitalize. He's not going to headbutt him out. They just want to get out of there because Talon is nearby. He could actually put a world of pain on him. He is 3. He does have he's got his kit. He can go ahead and do quite a bit of damage. But for now, though, he's just more than happy getting some damage down, trying to get this farm on. And for the moment, though, is actually behind in farm on Nijaki.
That's really interesting. I think he probably was paying a little bit more attention to the Moo action that's going on. But I would have liked to have seen engage there. But, of course, Shyvana was a little bit too low on life, had been taking a little too much damage from that red buff steal. Yeah. So they had to go ahead and get out of there.
And, Nubish taking a free hit from the tower, but nothing a nice little heal can't do.
Yeah.
And now, usually when you have a swap situation, as we're seeing here with Curse, usually the first team to swap has an advantage, because what Curse is going to do is they're going to wait till the pressure is too much, where they're trying to force Legion to actually swap lanes.
Yeah.
At which point support and AD can go down bot, at which point they have a man advantage in which they can go ahead and take Dragon.
Mm-hmm. And if things are worded well, you can really catch people out of place. And so
unlike a Moo who's coming on around mid, Freaker, can he get some damage? Can he get something? He was spotted. I think he's just forcing Curse to back. He just wants to put a little bit of fear into him, possibly make him do something they may not otherwise do. But his presence has been known. They know he's there. They're going to back off. But look at this ward, real deep ward here from Curse. That they were putting that they put in there earlier when they were grabbing the wraiths. So just they have a little bit more knowledge. They know where Moo is. They know when to push. They know if he's taking the wraiths. Good spot.
Yeah, and that really early roaming from Alistar, where he put that ward down, it did a couple things. One, it allowed them to be really aggressive in the jungle and go and take that red, but also it allowed Tristana to be solo lane for a little bit, catch up on experience, be a little bit closer to Aurelia.
Raleigh being aggressive. Move 5 boots on your mid. That is, man, you cray.
Man, look at the pots, too.
He's got 2 mana. He's got 2 health. He's looking for saying he wants this kill.
Yeah.
He wants this kill in the West Race, and he wants it bad. Unfortunately, Shyvana is actually going to be nearby. Ooh. He's going to enter. They saw the vision. They saw him. This is a bad spot, but there you go. Exhaust going down onto West Race. Can they get this kill? Can probably capitalize. He does flash away. The exhaust keeping him just far away, but St. Vicious could be good too, but there you go. First blood. Demon Will going to grab it. Probably getting very low. 24. There we go. Wow.
Good little juke there from Prawley to go the other way and get out of there. Really good response from both sides, really. And that was just almost too close to call. So really good play from Talon. That was a really early dive, and they
got it.
Yeah, they got it. Well done.
Very well done. But there you go. Pulverize is going to keep Cruiser busy. But now with that, granted Cruiser's not in the best of situations. In comparison, he's still ahead. Ultimate from Morgana going down on Figure. The flash will break the bind. Nice juke.
Very nice.
Wonderful, nice juke. Nijaki will not be getting anything off of that one.
Yeah, it's really important that Nijaki didn't get that kill, because now Talon is up a kill and he's trying to close that gap.
Yep.
Talon's not going to be able to farm as well as Morgana with the poke and the pool, and so he's going to have to make up the difference in other ways, and that's where the roaming comes in. And I'm curious where he's going from here. Man, those boots 5, that is a cool little item to get.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Granted, he is passing up on a lot of stuff, but then again, a lot of the other boots, I think, right now are not going to really benefit him a whole lot. Merc Treads, and granted, magic resist is fine, but really, the only, if he gets CC'd, I think he's accepting his fate anyway.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gives him the ability to roam, which, like we're saying, he can't farm as well as Morgana, so he needs to roam and make kills, and the boots are going to be, are going to give him the ability to do that. Yeah, exactly.
So and he did a pretty good job. Yeah, I mean, he got his assist.
Big plays.
Big plays. Got to make them plays.
Got to
make them big plays.
Yeah.
But look at this, Legion. They're stacking their GP10s. Mumu, Soraka, and Aurelia all got theirs. But here's the thing too. Yorick, it looks like he's looking for the Manamune build. So he needs a tier. He needs to be able to build that damage. But in response, Aurelia also has a GP10. St. Vicious catching out Prawley in the river, and that's the thing too, like I was mentioning before, if he does get caught out, it is a little bit dooming, and Morgana's not too far behind. There you go, rocket jump coming in as well. Prawley, can he get a little bit of damage? Can he get something going on? No, Cop will go ahead and get that kill. There are 4 members of Curse here top lane. That should be an indication for Legion to go ahead and push elsewhere, i.e. bot lane, and they're just chilling, not really being too aggressive about it, just getting their last hits.
Yeah, and that's York for you with that really ridiculous sustain and ability to poke.
Yes.
You can't just go in and try to make plays. You have to be really passive and you have to play really safe. Otherwise, he'll poke you down until you're done. And so, yeah, I mean, even with Soraka, they're still having issues, which is unfortunate. But staying pushed and how's the farm coming in down there? 72
how is that farm coming in?
37. Okay, so significantly more farm for Corki.
There you go. There's a Morgana ult, a Mumu ult in response. But hey, look who's back. It's Probably can't get the tilt. There we go. But here's the thing, though. Granted, that may have been an even trade.
Yeah.
Soraka got an assist. Mumu got an assist.
Yep.
So it's a very edging benefit for Legion. Nothing huge.
But and also Morgana is out and Talon is still there. So continually. There's the snowball for Talon, which is what he needs to be able to be successful against Morgana.
Demon Wall gonna grab this tier 1 in bot. You got one more hit in the tower, dude. There you go. But Probably did make his presence known. Top lane. Oh, there you go. Demon Wall does get the kill, and there you go. There's the York Ghost. He can only do so much, though. Can he actually go ahead? He's hobbling. He's chasing. He's getting those abilities. No, he will die.
Yep, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so bottom lane's just doing pretty well. I mean, props to York. He's hanging in there. He's trying to get stuff done. But they saw how much aggression Curse was putting on the top lane, and that allowed them to push constantly. And you see, I mean, the tower's already down. Corki is farmed like crazy, has 2 kills.
Oh, St. Vicious, they know Legion's doing Dragon. Looking to try and just interrupt them just for a moment. Morgana's getting in position. Morgana ult is not up, though, but you could get a nice bind. Demon Wall being chased. Bind not going to hit Soraka, but still, that's cleared them out. That's just dissuaded Legion enough, forcing Demon Wall to back. And Curse can go ahead and take the Dragon for themselves. Cop is here. There's plenty of damage. He can do this.
Yeah, that, man, really, if that binding would have hit, this would have been a much different situation. I mean, it's good for them. They got a Dragon. It could have been a lot more kills, but yeah, good for them. They all collapsed on the Dragon at the opportune time when people are out of place. And now, it's just going to help them to close the gap.
There you go. You also got St. Vicious. You got the, building towards the Wriggle is going to have that soon. Probably there is a ward in the bush, but Morgana will ult in response. Will the bind break? No. Probably does get stunned, but there's a lot of damage actually going on in Nijaki in exchange. And that's why you see Talons going up mid against Morgana because of the damage potential and the trades. Oh, a Mumu just out of range, just could not get that ult.
That's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
But yeah, like we said, so Talon has been able to get the kills, at least the kill and the assist to put him in a good position against Morgana.
Yeah.
And you're seeing now he can just remain super aggressive, and you see that the gap was closing in the farm there. So now it's 84 for Morgana, it's 82 for Talon. So he's in a very good position, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact with the boots mobility.
A lot of pressure bot lane from Legion. Just Demon Wall, he's not given any Fs. No Fs on the keyboard. He will not provide them to you. The minion wave keeps on pushing, and now Nijaki is gonna have to come on down. Actually, is Nijaki even gonna come? No, he's just gonna stick around mid. Just let bot push. Yeah. Top lane though, however, Cruiser's trying to do whatever he can. Elements did pop the ult. But here's the thing, the aggression from Legion though. You have this lane swap. You have 2v1 situations, top and bot. Legion is they've definitely made more of their situation than Curse has. But there you go. Oh, there we go. There we go. St. Vicious with the ult. Exhaust going down onto Demon Wall. Will they be able to capitalize on this? There is the wish. Anubis wants to keep Corki alive, but will it be enough? No, it will not. And there you go.
Ouch. I mean, finally, they got punished for being so damn aggressive.
Yeah.
They've been at tower, the opponent's tower, the entire game. So,
pretty much.
St. Vicious had to shift his attention from that top lane down to the bottom lane.
Top lane and St. Vicious, it could actually be caught out here. Here comes Talon. He's got vision. A lot of damage going down, and Anubis is there for the support with the heals. But you see, St. Vicious is now rejoined with Nijaki. They had the ward. Legion had the ward in front of the Dragon, so they knew Morgana was coming around. And he's like, yeah, this is a bad decision. Are not able to grab their own blue.
Yeah, that was really good of St. Vicious to have a good idea of when those timers, when that blue is going to pop. And then good read from Legion to know to go in and try to make something happen. I think they were looking to maybe catch him when he was all by himself.
Yep.
Trying to be just overly aggressive. and just taking risks with that, but he didn't. He had a good response from Morgana and was able to secure that blue.
Nice bind going down on a Probably. Jackie wants something with this. The bind. Nice. Nice juke. Nice juke. Morgana will not be able to get that kill. Granted, he is still weak. Nice attempt on the bind, but Amumu with the bandage keeping Jackie busy.
That was nice. You saw Morgana. You saw Jackie try to intercept in between the tower and Talon, and then he just went the completely opposite way. That's the power of Talon for you.
That is the power.
Jumps all over the place.
And there you go. Freaker just in mid lane, looking to defend in Talon Steed while he has to go back, purchasing the last Whisper. Straight up.
Interesting.
There's not a lot of armor right now on Curse, but there's still, though, that is a lot of damage to be scaling with your abilities. That could actually be working out pretty well. How much does the Rake do? The Rake is doing pretty good. It's not doing bad.
Armor shred or armor pen, so that's going to be doing some damage. I think that's also going to help him maybe against Alistar, Shyvana. You know, when they're
that's right. Shyvana can get pretty tanky, just like with the Wriggles, you're at 107 armor, so that's going to be a pretty heavy shred.
Yeah, that's going to be really good, and it's going to allow him to make Curse reconsider going in because he's going to be doing so much armor pen. So Talon continuing to play aggressive as what he needs to do, and closing the gap on the farm with Morgana. So pretty much the optimal situation for Talon at this point for how the early game started.
Yep. But here's the thing, though, because that's a lot of physical damage.
Yeah.
Oh, Saint Vicious getting caught out. Freaker, though, nice heal from Soraka in a clutch moment. Saint Vicious almost got caught out there. Here's the thing, though. Legion has a lot of physical damage.
Yeah.
And great, items like Frozen Heart, items like Randuin's Omen can just go ahead and shut down a lot of physical damage.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. So we're going to see. I'm worried about how Talon's going to do in the late game against such a tanky Shyvana, and not doing tons of damage at this point, choosing to go with the armor pen, but not going to be as effective against Morgana as I think that he would want to be. I think he was too much worried about how Shyvana's going to be late game with the tankiness.
So I don't know. There's still a while to see. There's it's the lead that Curse has over Legion. It's nothing huge.
Yeah.
It's nothing really to write home about. But the thing is, though, this could be. It's a pretty even game at the moment. Everyone's just now taking a moment, sitting back, farming. Nubish, nice ward there. Gonna catch out Jackie. Probably wants to go in. He wants to get some extra damage. Shield, bind, going out. Not a whole lot. Amumu will not be getting that bind. But it's going to be a pretty big objective grabbing game. And next time Dragon comes up, Curses, they're setting up. They want to take this. They want to try and get whatever leads they can. There it goes. Dragon is back on up. And who's going to be in position to take it? Legion might actually be in a good spot to do it.
Yeah. Legion's really built to roam right now with all the gold per 10 items that they have. They're just stacked all over the team. So they're going to be playing for that late game, and they're going to have the freedom to roam around and try to stop
nice.
that
Saint Vicious
jungle.
probably was behind in that bush, waiting for an ambush for when someone from Curse eventually would come on in, and there was Saint Vicious there. But wow, Westrice with that one hero ghoul.
Nice.
Steals awesome. Dragon. That was sick.
Good job, Yorick.
Good job, man.
Hanging in there, making big plays.
I thought you were boring. I thought you were anti-fun. Yeah. Turns out you're a pretty cool guy.
We should hang out.
We should hang out. We should get some drinks or something.
Yeah.
But maybe steal some more dragons, or maybe even Baron later. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
But that was a huge steal for Curse. Freaker getting caught out by the Morgana. There's the ult. Wants to make sure that Amumu dies. Cruiser's going in. Wants to make something happen. There goes Elements with the pulverized. Jackie will be able to get here alive. Yes, you will. But here comes Probably trying to get some extra damage down. Tower goes down. Amumu is down. Nice engage from Curse.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Alistar flashed in and got that pulverize, which was really key on Amumu. Put him in a position where Tristana could come in and just blast him really quick, take him out, get in, do some damage, and get out and go by and roam and take objectives and all that stuff. So really good play. They pushed up really hard, and it gives them the freedom to go around and place those wards and take map control, and that's what you're seeing here.
Yep, Saint Vicious though, looking just sit back and farming. There is a ward in front of the Baron, courtesy of Curse, Pink Ward, at that. So if Legion decides to just go around there, place down their own wards, they will know about it. They'll be able to take those out. West Rice now also taking this opportunity to just do some pushing on his own. He's feeling pretty good after that last steal. He's also got a nice chain vest on him as well. We're resisting a lot of that physical damage that Legion's actually pumping out. Well, it may not actually be too far-fetched to see him being the one building the Randuins. He's going to be looking to be tanky, looking to stay in those fights longer. And,
he's going to need to be careful.
He needs to be careful and make sure he can actually stick around to ult someone like Tristana or Shyvana.
Which he doesn't have that tower to run back to, so he's putting him in a position where he's going to get caught. Actually, I'm surprised the Mumu turned around there. But yeah, he's so far pushed out. Got a little face off, if you will. Little IPL face off here between York and
little cheesy. But the thing is, though, they're both low on mana in bot lane, and you got the rest of the Curse, you got the rest of Legion. There's nice flash coming from Nightjackie. Mumu ult just keeping everyone safe, but Morgana is spell shielded. It's not going to have anything to do there. And Cop, once again, coming on in for kills. And Curses, they're pressuring mid as much as they can. They're right in the position to. Elements with that Pulverize can go ahead and keep anyone still. There's plenty of damage on Cop. There's plenty of damage on Nightjackie to go ahead and take care of anyone. Cruiser wants to have something happen here. Shield going down onto Alistar. He pops the ult. Wants to make something happen. Trying to focus down Demon Ult, but there's a little bit of a communication error here on Curse. Not quite sure who they should be focusing on. Cruiser leading the charge. Wants to get the kill on Cop. Buster Shot trying to keep people away, but the binding from Nightjackie going to keep Aurelia still. Prawley now. Talon looking for some more damage onto Morgana. Ignite gone down. Can he get this? Rake. Nice.
Nice.
Oh, and Demon Ult looking for one missile, 2 kills.
Very nice. Wow.
Very well done.
Things are turning around for Legion. Here comes Prawley.
Here comes West Rice. Finds out Prawley. Ignite goes down. He will walk away. And wow.
Wow. There's a couple interesting things that happened in that long exchange. Amumu went crazy, dove in. Little miscommunication, I think, from Legion. Went in, ulted, and then turned around and his whole team was gone. Yeah. So whether that was just to save him or to try to actually initiate, I'm not totally sure. And then similar thing happened with Elements. He went in with Alistar, dove in there, headbutted, pulverized, turned around, his whole team is gone.
Yep. West Rice is here. Can you get another objective steal? Because that would be epic, and I don't use that word very often. Alistar is not too far behind either. Hopefully Elements, it does a little bit of miscommunication from Curse as well. Elements went in for the Pulverize, and no one is focusing down Demon Wall. Cop is kind of like behind the walls, like, hey, you want me to shoot him? I don't. You want me to shoot this guy? Yeah, but he's all stunned. You know what? Never mind. Forget it. Forget it.
Yeah. I wonder if Curse is going to try to take Dragon right here. They're warding up.
They have an opportunity to.
Yeah. Legion. Dragon. I'm sorry, Baron.
Yeah, Legion. They're pretty weak at this moment, and they can go ahead. They can definitely pressure this. Prawley. He's backing on off. He's not healthy enough. He can't go ahead and do this.
Yeah. So I think Legion's gonna have a little bit of surprise when they get there, and Baron's completely dead.
They could. Oh,
okay.
nice. There you go.
So
they got vision just as it was dying.
Yeah.
Curse has
got
got
it. Curse into a good position. They're going to be able to poke. They have a decent poke team with Morgana and Morgana and York, so they can push down a little bit. And then when they come out to engage, of course, you're going to have Tristana just jump in with the tankiness and the ultimate from Shyvana, just close on them. So good pokes, and with that sustain from that Baron buff, it's going to put them in a good position to kind of just hang out and take objectives and control the map. That's like the key thing.
So that's it. That is Curse with a Baron buff. They have a little bit more than 3 minutes on it. There's plenty of time to make opportunities happen. There's still a tier 1 in bot. They can go ahead and push that lane. More than likely going to be pushing straight up the mid because there was a tier 3 and an inhibitor straight up for the taking. And Morgana ult up, Alistar ult up, everyone's ult is up. You can just go ahead and make so many plays happen when you're in that kind of position. Granted, yes, you do have a Mumu. He does have his ult up. He can go ahead and make that counter initiation happen as well. Probably has a lot of damage within that Talon, but I don't know. It's looking at Legion's disadvantage here. But we have seen before they can go ahead and take in turn fights to their favor, as we've seen before with that 4-man kill.
Yeah, Legion's not in the greatest positions. Amumu's 0-3 with 69 farm versus Shyvana's 1 kill with a one.
Jackie getting a little bit overzealous there. Binding. Wow, Demon Will walked right into that one, but St. Vicious, that's his time. He's waiting for his opportunity. Amumu is out in front with the ult, but will melt, unfortunately, trying to keep everyone from Curse still. And now this is Curse's time to push. Yeah. They have the advantage. They've gotten a kill. They're up a man. They have the buff. They have the wave. They can just go ahead and do whatever they want here.
Yeah, Amumu's just really far behind, so he can't be making too many plays. I mean, he does have those 3 gold per 10 items, so he's not completely out of it, but he doesn't have the damage or the tankiness yet, rather, to be able to go in and initiate like he needs to.
Well, of course, they're trying to take this tower out. It's actually almost gone. There we go. But Demon Will with the Gatling gun was keeping everyone's health in check, but they're still not quite gone. Curse is still here at the front door. Cruiser leading to charge, trying to see if he can't get any vision, see if he can't get any stuns, kills, what have you. Jackie's poking his head out, but Cop laying in wait over the wall, shooting right over the first wall, and there's Morgana with the ult. The flash over the trees is not going to save you here. Probably now getting caught out. Can you kill Cop? No.
Nice.
Wow, wonderfully crafted attack right there. Just tunneled him through right on that road.
Yeah.
Cop right over on the other side. So much damage.
Yeah, they caught one champ out and 1 player out, and then the Legion's like, screw it, let's just all go in, whatever. Yep. And that's not what you wanted to do there. I don't think you wanted to wait it out or like abandon ship at least. Like if they're gonna go down, it's better they go down than the whole team. That was a 3-for-0 and
yeah, and they all had the same escape plan. Let's flash over these trees. We should be fine. Morgana ult. The chain is still on them. Plus Cop is there.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is a nice little present for me.
Yeah, exactly.
This is fortunate, but it was good positioning on Curse's part. Legion, they should be in a defensive position right here. They didn't really have the best opportunity.
Yeah.
And Morgana, Jackie, great positioning on Curse.
Yeah, they absolutely need to take a defensive position, and what Curse can do is just push hard, all in one lane, and then go back, filter through the jungle, take objectives, clear the jungle out, and put up wards, and just continue to play aggressive and continue to push, and then go back and clear jungle, and just continue to leverage their lead.
And Baron buff just about to go in a second here, and there you go. 29-20 is when the Baron's going to be coming back up. So you got 3 minutes. You can go ahead and try and grab some more objectives. You still have a power position here on Curse, but they may just be more than content with just sitting back, clearing wards, setting up for the next attempt at Baron.
Hanging out.
Just chilling.
Drinking a beer.
Just hanging out.
Just having a good time.
Nothing huge. Having some snacks.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, Legion really needs to hang out as well, eat some snacks.
Yeah.
They need to play for the ultra late game at this point. They need to ride those GP10 items out as long as they can.
Yes.
They're just, because they're so far behind. And, I mean, we see Amumu's level 10, Shyvana's 14, so we're seeing like a significant level lead, and that takes a toll, especially when you're 4 levels ahead like that.
Yeah, so now Curse, there's waiting for their moment. Amumu ducking back and forth. Freakers waiting for a time. We just go ahead and get an optimal ult off, and there you go. He's got 2, but it's not going to be enough. Curse Cop just melts Amumu immediately. Prawley is now in full retreat, and there you go. Demon Will has to Valkyrie out of there. Randuin's being popped by St. Vicious, keeping everyone slowed. Yorick will be able to take out Prawley on his own. Yes, he will. And there you go. That's an inhibitor gone. That's 3 members of Legion gone. Curse is pretty healthy right now, and they can just go ahead and continue this pressure. They should actually be able to take out the Nexus turrets here.
Yeah, I think.
But they're actually gonna go ahead, take out the turret, tank it real quick.
Play it safe.
Play it safe. This is for this is for money.
There's money involved.
There's definitely money involved. You want to play it safe when there's money involved.
Yeah.
Turret.
Oh, that's a little over.
It's a little bit. St. Vicious, you may want to get out of there. Cruiser. West Rice, he's actually getting really low there too, but Cruiser taking a huge bind to the face. Cop, can you be here? Can you get some extra damage? Yes, there's one. Can you get another? Rocket jump should be back up. Amumu now walking away, getting that waddle on the bind, keeping himself for a second. Cop, 1, 2, there we go.
Yeah, they got a little too
frisky
there. Yeah, they were like, get him while the tower's still up, and then the tower disappeared in like 1 second, and then they turned around and just smacked him. I don't know why they committed so hard, but yeah, just continues to give Curse an even larger lead. Yep.
40 seconds. Baron's going to be back up. Curse can definitely get in position, just go, walk up, grab it, and then push for the win if they so desire.
Grab it by the horns.
Grab it by the horns. Rip it. yank it. Go ahead, kill that guy. Bop it, twist it, pull it.
I had one of those.
I did too. Who did you, dude? I miss those things, man.
Maybe I know what to get you for your birthday.
Dude, no. If you want to get me something for your birthday, they're doing a new Furby. Good luck waiting in line.
We're done being friends here.
Good luck waiting in line for Toys R Us for that one. No.
No.
But there you go. Right on the button as soon as Baron spawns. They should be right there. Boom. There he is.
Well
There's
done.
that ugly mug, and Curse is going to take this one really quick. It's already at half.
Yep.
It's not an issue.
It's going to give them the sustain that they need to just push and win this thing.
Pretty much. It's the guaranteed win at this point. And Jackie, he meets up with some Legion members in the forest. They're just going to go ahead. They have no choice. They have to back off. The jungle is no longer a safe place for them. And this should just be the slow push for Curse to the end here.
Yeah. I'm hopeful for Legion. I hope they can, wait it out and make this an exciting end. But I think at this point, Curse is just too strong. They'll be able to dive them under towers. Shyvana is ridiculously tanky, and so can go and take the turret hits, go in and just initiate strongly.
Yep.
And then just let Cop sit back and do all the damage. Do what Cop does best.
Pretty much. And what he does best, he's very good at. Night Jackie with the flash, with the ult. This should pretty much secure it. Probably getting stunned with the second part of the ult is exhausted, trying to get away. Cruiser and Freaker stay up for the rest of the team. Cop actually does go down, but the thing is, though, here's the rest of Curse. You've ignored them this entire time. Nubish goes down under tower. Double kill for York. And there you go. There's the pursuit. Talon goes down. There's the ace.
That's going to be it right there.
Very well done.
Yeah. That was the thing. You have to send everything you have at Cop because he does so much damage. But meanwhile, everyone else is just like messing with him. Just getting in your face. It's doing some damage. And with Morgana, you can't be doing that. York, everyone's doing good damage. Even Shyvana. Alistar, doing work.
Doing great work.
So you have to sacrifice everything to kill Cop, and then you have nothing left for the rest of the team.
Pretty much. So there you go. Second Nexus turret will go down. Nexus exposed. Amumu is back, but he's not going to be able to do a whole lot. Curse, just go ahead, finish this thing out. Bind going down onto the Amumu at his fountain. Ace at the fountain. There you go. Curse going to go ahead and take game number 1. Good job, guys.
Yeah, good games.
Wonderful job.
Yeah, really strong presence from Cop on that, and there was a lot of attention given to top lane.
Yes.
Shyvana was coming in, so that gives them that ability to farm freely, to get that lead, and then since it's 2-on-1, just push really, really hard. Yeah, so interesting lane swap worked out. I wasn't sure it would, but York held his own. He only went 0-2 against Corki and Soraka.
Corki Soraka was actually working out.
Yeah.
Pretty well.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. If you're going to be pushing that far out to try and take a tier 2 that early on in the game, you need ward coverage.
Yeah, absolutely.
You need to have sufficient ward coverage and be able to get the hell out of there when you have a feeling that you're going to be ganked aggressively like that.
And I think they probably would have, but the really key exhaust, the summoner spell management was really good there. I think St. Vicious had a good idea of like, okay, if they get to this point and these spells are up, we can take them out, we can get them, and no wards. So that's an issue.
Yeah. But otherwise, pretty well done by Curse.
Yeah.
They've got one more game to go, and they can go ahead and move on.
Yeah.
What do we have lined up for tomorrow?
Tomorrow at 2 p.m. PST, we have MTW versus
Dynamic
in the winners finals. Then the loser of that game will play the winner of this set.
Yes.
For the losers finals, and then immediately after that, grand finals. It'll all close up. We'll know who the seeds are. We'll know who's coming. Well, we already know who's coming. But yeah, we'll know the seeds, and one team will walk away with a $1,000 prize pool. Yep. Hopefully they'll use that money to get to the event, show up, win the whole thing.
And not drugs.
Drugs are bad.
But
Stay in school.
But here's the thing. We still got to go through the rest of this, and had to mention it. Had to make sure you get the schedule down while you're here.
Yeah.
And we should actually be back in just a little bit.
Yeah.
Curse Legion Game 2 coming up soon. See you in a second.